Filipino superstar boxer slash Hall of Famer Nito Donaire explains to Errol Spence on how to beat Manny Pacquiao. Let's talk about it in this video. King Jr. got another video for y'all. Shout out to Eddie Smith Jr. to subscribing to the channel. Appreciate it. Let's get into this. I believe 4-division champion, superstar slash Hall of Famer boxer Nito Donaire states on how he was interviewed in the States on how to beat Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence, that fight between him and Errol Spence, how he can break it down for both fighters. Nito Donaire has some interesting points on how can Errol Spence beat Manny Pacquiao. Like I said before, Manny Pacquiao likes to jump in and jump out. We've seen that he has a lot of problems with guys that is great at timing and great at with the jab. We seen with Floyd Mayweather when he fought Manny Pacquiao. Floyd Mayweather just obviously devastated him with the jab, kept him at bay all night long, and Manny Pacquiao he didn't even win a single round, I believe. And when Manny Pacquiao also fought Juan Elwan Marquez the fourth time, Manny Pacquiao was having issues because Manny Pacquiao was getting timed by Juan Elwan Marquez, and I'm going to break that down in a second. Nonito Donaire explained on how to beat Manny Pacquiao is Manny Pacquiao, he likes to use his defense and to kind of dip to the left, dip to the right, and use your body as his defense because Manny Pacquiao uses blind spots. And this was interesting from Nito Donaire. And as you go back in Manny Pacquiao's fights, Manny Pacquiao's an aggressive fighter, and he likes to dip to the side with that overhand right. And you won't be able to catch him because he's so quick when he dips to the left, dips to the right. And as we seen when Manny Pacquiao fought Juan Elwan Marquez, Marquez has figured out that Manny Pacquiao was using this kind of like a slight movement, dip down to throw those overhands rights and be aggressive with it. And when Marquez figured out Manny Pacquiao timing, and usually when Manny Pacquiao, he likes to jump in and out, like I said, he dipped down towards the left and the right. And when Marquez seen him coming in, he caught him and knocked Manny Pacquiao out cold. And he told Errol Spence to beat Manny Pacquiao, you have to keep him at bay with the jab. Now, he also says Manny Pacquiao is still a dangerous fighter, and he says we're going to see how his speed cooperates with him. Has Father Time catched up with Manny Pacquiao? I believe so. It's my personal opinion. I think Father Time catched up with Manny Pacquiao. Nito Donaire also says that his speed can play a big factor as well. But in order for Errol Spence to beat Manny Pacquiao, he has to watch out for Manny Pacquiao with those blind spots when he dips left and dips right, because Manny Pacquiao used that as his defense. And he can still knock you out with that overhand right because Manny Pacquiao still has the power to do so. But the speed is going to be the factor for Manny Pacquiao, because if your speed winds down, as we seen in Manny Pacquiao last fight in 2019, Keith Thurman was starting to come back and hitting Manny Pacquiao with big clean punches. But Manny Pacquiao wound up hurting Keith in the 10th round badly and wound up getting the win on a split decision. But the point of the matter is, Nito Donaire says that Errol Spence needs to keep that jab in Manny Pacquiao's face. When he dips down to the left, jab at him. When he dips down to the right, jab at him. And you can kind of figure out Manny Pacquiao's timing. And this is interesting because Nito Donaire is an expert fighter. He knows this. And Manny Pacquiao can be beat. We seen Manny Pacquiao struggle with pure boxers. And it's amazing that Nito Donaire explained this. If I was Errol Spence, I would take that as notice and go back and watch the film and watch how Manny Pacquiao dips to the left, down, dips to the right, down, and he uses those blind spots and leans on you for his defense so he won't get caught. But Errol Spence is not going to allow him to do that because Errol Spence is a great southpaw. He's very ranging. He can box. He can parry punches. And he has excellent defense. He has great footwork. Errol Spence is not going to let him to do that. And it's funny to me that Nito Donaire said this. I'm glad he coming out with it. I'm glad he gave certain tips to these guys on how this fight's going to play out. I truly believe Errol Spence is going to win the fight. Manny Pacquiao is just too old, man. I know we have a lot of past fighters that came back at old ages and won titles such as Nito Donaire. But Manny Pacquiao, a lot of guys' speed doesn't regulate when you get up in age. Your speed start to die down, your power start to die down, your footwork, your angles, all the tools in boxing start to die down. And the only thing you got left is, like you said, your youth. But I'm glad Nito Donaire broke this fight down. He's a great boxer. He's definitely going to the Hall of Fame for what he did after knocking out Obali, after being a huge underdog. And I'm glad he came out with it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. This is your boy King Jr. I'm out of here. Peace.